What's up everyone, it's Caddy with MoneyVest, and markets here continues to push higher to almost a new all-time high with the S&P 500 up a little bit over 59, almost 60 basis points. The Dow hitting a brand new all-time high of 37,500 and the NASDAQ pushing up to over 15,000 for the first time in almost 2 years, pushing up over 66 basis points as well. So hope you guys are doing great. Lots for us to break down in this video and unpack. As always, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. There is a 16% annual discount that's available until the end of this month. So until the end of December for another 11 days. You can take advantage of that. And also don't forget our Christmas sale is now live. The coupon code is going to be Santa Rally. 50% off individual courses and 60 to 70% off on bundles. Again, the coupon code is going to be Santa Rally and link's going to be down below. Definitely do check out the Instagram as well. My handle is going to be CastWRP. Do connect with me there. I do post a lot of portfolio updates, polls, strategies, tips. Everything is covered over there as well. And of course, do check out the Patreon and the Discord link where you get access to over 40 plus tutorials, lectures, access to all the spreadsheets, and Discord access. I did end up selling some calls today, which I do believe are going to do really well considering how much the markets have become overbought and of course how much individual stocks have continued to rally as well. So this right here is the state of the market. So very, very strong green day. Meta up, Google, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Oracle, Adobe, everything pushing higher. This is the entire market, and this right here is all sectors. Take a look at this, folks. Take a look at this. This is about as green as it gets, and every single sector, all 11 sectors are green on the day, on the week, and on the month. Absolutely phenomenal momentum coming in from the markets here. And again, coffee prices, natural gas, we got Nikkei, cocoa, lumber, sugar, everything pushing higher with oats, lean hogs, orange juice, and rough rice also selling off. With Bitcoin here a little bit over 42,400 and Ether just over 2,100 as well. Marathon was on a huge rally. So this right here is what we talked about in our Discord as well. I did exit my position on Marathon. It's up over 10% today. On the year to date, Marathon is up a little bit over 500%. And not to mention the crown jewel, Enphase Energy, ENPH, up a little bit over 9% today, trading as much as $135. It has seen a lot of momentum. And in fact, it has rallied close to 100% or close to 90% from its lows from back in November. So less than a little bit over a month, in just over a month, the stock has rallied over 87%, back up to $135, $136. So next step is going to be selling some calls on Enphase. I actually did sell one call on Enphase and collected a little bit over $900 profit, or premium I should say, and then we'll be selling some more calls on Enphase moving forward as well. And the next resistance and target is going to be $151 for this company as well, which we'll of course get to in just a minute. Now volatility continues to be a little bit more muted and subdued, a little bit over 12.5, just over 12.5, still inside this red rectangle here. And that's something that we are going to be keeping a close eye on. Of course, next week is going to be a shorter week with respect to Christmas. And then, of course, the following week, we've got New Year's. So the trading volumes, it's possible that they start to kind of slow down a little bit, considering that, once again, we're heading into the holiday season. And more importantly, December seasonality continues. So it is possible that we continue to see a lot of momentum for the market and we continue to kind of slowly and steadily drift higher. But eventually in January of 2024 is where I've mentioned that I wouldn't be surprised to see some profit taking, some pullbacks, and for the VIX to potentially spike in and around those levels eventually, right? So not a question of if, it's a question of when. Timing obviously is very, very important in the market. We're not trying to time the market, but it's just a constant assessment of the risk reward, which obviously is now tilted more towards the short side. And on a long side, it's very unfavorable. So I'm still holding on to what I have, and I'm hedging with the calls that I'm selling on individual stocks at the moment. Crude oil coming up to its resistance. So this right here is going to be that lower high for crude. And this is, again, going to be the downtrending channel of lower highs and lower lows. And of course, if we do start rolling right back down, it's possible that we come back down to $65, $66 per barrel. So that is going to be that next support level to watch for crude. Now going over to the market, look at the S&P. There is absolutely no stopping the S&P 500, up another 60 basis points, getting up to almost a new all-time high. It is very, very, very close, everyone. So we are less than 1% away from the all-time highs. So huge congratulations to everyone. This has just been a stellar rally. And we talked about how there wasn't a lot of serious buying opportunities in the past year. There's only been 3 or maybe 4. And we talked about that back in September and October, how it is time to be dollar cost averaging. It is time to be buying, deploying cash and buying stocks. And the discount window is starting to open up. And of course, since then, we have seen a massive 16-17% rally for the S&P 500. Talking about the NASDAQ, same exact thing. Take a look, 66 basis points higher, crossing over 15,000 for the first time in such a long time, in a little bit over a year, almost 2 years, in fact. And of course, the next resistance and target is going to be 15,400. Of course, it's incredibly overbought, so we just got to be careful here. Cautiously optimistic are the 2 words that I've used time and time again. Look, I'm optimistic. I'm long for the most part, but I'm also cautious and aware of the risks associated with such an overbought market at the same time. That's the whole thing that I'm trying to get across in these videos is it's great. Market's pushing higher. Fantastic. Let's celebrate. Portfolios up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand. Perfect. But at the same time, we have to be aware of the risks associated with such an overbought market. So we can't ignore that because everybody looks at the return. Everybody looks at the profit. Everybody looks at the green. Nobody kind of looks at, what could potentially happen in terms of risk and how we need to be prepared for a potential pullback. But this has just been absolutely incredible rally to the upside. Next resistance, 15,400. That is going to be that next target on the NASDAQ. Talking about Apple here, Apple also just trading over 0.5% higher, just a little bit under 197. So next resistance is going to be at close to $198 per share. So this is going to be that next resistance for Apple. Support level is going to stay put down to just under 190 bucks for the company. Talking about Amazon here also breaking out pretty well. And of course, getting up to over $153. Very, very nice breakout to the upside as we talked about. So of course, yesterday it was up a little bit over 2.7%. Next target and resistance is going to be at close to $161 per share. Support level is going to stay put at $148 as well. And of course, we've got that moving average sitting right over there, sitting roughly at $142 as another very important moving average for Amazon, all the way down to inside this green rectangle, sitting as support at close to $135. Tesla, on the other hand, also moving up to 257, up a little bit over 2%. Next resistance going to be $269 per share. So this right here is going to be that level to watch for Tesla. Of course, support level is going to stay put down to 241. We've got a massive amount of resistance and supply sitting anywhere between 270 and as much as 310. I ended up selling 1 call on Tesla today. We'll be potentially looking to sell more. Premiums are pretty decent. It was fairly out of the money. I think it was 275 strike expiring in 1 month in January 19th. So that is going to be that next resistance and targets to watch for Tesla. And of course, support level is going to stay put down to $240 for Tesla as well. Talking a little bit about NVIDIA now, and NVIDIA on the day also slightly down, but green candle with a red day, pretty much at an all-time high. I mean, it's incredible how a lot of these stocks are trading at an all-time high. Apple, NVIDIA, Amazon almost is getting up there. Microsoft is at an all-time high. Google, even Meta has carried itself back to almost at an all-time high. So it's absolutely fantastic. The Magnificent Seven and technology and growth kind of rallying so hard this year on the back of this risk-on environment, yields are dropping finally, and of course the optimism around potential rate cuts in 2024 is just creating that environment of a lot of momentum higher. So NVIDIA, we've got a resistance, of course, sitting inside this red rectangle. So we'll continue to monitor that, and support level is going to be inside this green rectangle at low 400s, as we've already discussed in our previous videos. Advanced Micro Devices, so AMD continues to kind of hang up there really well with an overbought RSI and MACD. Support level is going to stay put down to $130. So this right here is going to be that support for Advanced Micro Devices. And of course, that next target and resistance is going to be at close to $156 per share. So this right here is going to be that next level to watch for AMD. And support level is going to stay put at 130, 131, all the way down to $112 per share for Advanced Micro Devices. Talking about Meta, and Meta continues to move higher as well, coming up to its resistance at $350, still within the context of this higher high and higher low. So very, very nice move to the upside. consistently pushing higher, pretty much trading at a resistance at $352. So this right here is going to be that level, and of course support level is going to stay put inside this green rectangle and that area of support, all the way down to as low as 275 for Meta. So those are going to be some levels to watch. Very nice, consistent higher highs and higher lows for Meta. Talking about Netflix, Netflix here also breaking out above 495, so 485 actually. 495 is where we closed, up another 1.83%. The next target and resistance at 571. I know it's a little bit ways out, but that is going to be that next target and resistance to keep in mind. The gap's been filled, and of course we're seeing a reasonable breakout here on the back of a very strong momentum and volume, and RSI pushing back up, with the MACD also crossing over that signal line once again. So next target is going to be all the way up to 572, 571 for Netflix. Talking about Google, and Google here also pushing up over 66 basis points. So this right here is going to be that resistance level to watch. And of course, we have been consolidating sideways for some time. So what Google has really seen is just a lot of trading action in sideways, with resistance sitting put at 139, 140 to 144, and support level is going to stay put at 126 for Google as well. So lots of consolidation sideways in that range. And like I said, next resistance is going to be at 140, 144. Support level is going to stay put at 126 for Google as well. Talking about Microsoft, and Microsoft here also just consolidating sideways for the most part, validating that support at close to 366 and that higher low. And the next resistance is going to be at 384, 385. That is going to be that next target and that next resistance to watch for Microsoft, and support level is going to stay put at 366. Like I said, for this company, lots of consolidation sideways, but pretty much trading at an all-time high at the moment. And of course, last but not least, we got Enphase and Costco. Enphase, do I even dare? Do I even dare? A stock that was ruled out so many times. There was a lot of criticism around Enphase. I'm very confident now after this episode. We've seen this with Tesla. We've seen this with Meta. We've seen this with many companies. PayPal is still yet to show, but I've seen this with so many, like over the years, so many stocks, that I'm confident in our methodology of picking companies, because I mentioned this back in October that Enphase is a quality company. It's a very high quality business. It's not like the company is bad, right? And of course, just because the stock price is selling off does not mean anything. Just because the price is down doesn't mean that the company is terrible. Just like when the price is going up doesn't mean the company is fantastic, right? The two are not equal. The stock price is not the same as the company fundamentals. And with that respect, eventually, the high quality companies will win. And Enphase is a prime example of that. So very nice momentum from Enphase, breaking out above $131. We're going to go ahead and turn this level into a support. Next resistance and target is going to be 151. It is overbought. That's exactly one of the reasons why I wanted to sell a call, to kind of hedge my potential downside here. But next resistance and target is going to be 151 for Enphase. And Costco, also on a very, very nice rally here, has just been pushing higher very aggressively with an overbought RSI and MACD. Just got to be a little bit careful here. It's only a matter of a few more days maybe that it can continue, but eventually I do expect it to roll right back down, and support level is going to stay put at $603, $604 per share for Costco. But absolutely incredible run up for this company as well. So hope you all enjoyed this video and a complete update on the markets. It's just been an incredible past 6-7 weeks of consistent gains, and nothing is stopping this market. With the momentum and sentiment so strong, we're very, very, very close to the all-time high. So make sure that you do check out the Patreon and the Discord link down below. 16% annual discount that's available till the end of this December month. And also do check out the courses. We've got our brand new sale for Christmas. Coupon code is going to be Santa Rally. Bundles and individual courses are going to be 50 to 60 to as much as 70% off. And do connect with me on Instagram as well. My handle is going to be CASWRP. As always, happy investing, and I will see you all in the next video.